Alright, I just wanted to show you guys my little greenhouse that I have and what's in here right now. It's early spring. I am actually going to be planting a bunch of this stuff today. I need to get it out of here. It's getting hot. I need to actually open up these windows up here. It gets pretty hot in here if you don't come check on it very often. So I have got lettuce to get in the ground. I got onions, leeks, and more onions, and then my brassicas. Look how awesome these are looking. Just look how big these leaves are getting. I really need to get these into the ground before they get any bigger. So that's on the to-do list today, is to plant all of my spring crop. But I just wanted to show you guys this greenhouse that I have. It's just perfect for our little farm, nothing huge. I've been using this greenhouse for 4 seasons now, so it's held up pretty well. I will be moving out some of these old panels because some of them got some hail damage and a lot of them are just kind of dry rotting, so I really need to replace these panels hopefully by this fall. It's just really expensive to buy the whole kit to redo some of these panels, so I'm just kind of waiting and see how long I can get this to last. I got some duct tape back here holding on some panels because we get pretty strong winds around here. But this side of the top of the roof is replaced in a thicker panel, so it's not too many that I have to replace, but I think there's like 14 or 15 maybe that I need to completely redo, but that's going to be another project for another time. So turning around here, I've been covering my strawberries because it's getting pretty cold at night, sometimes below 30, and I don't want to take the risk because some of them are actually forming some flowers right now. But I think it's safe to take this off now because the extended forecast is looking really well now. So I did end up buying some new strawberry plants. Now these are the ones that I transplanted last year in a previous video. Look how great they're looking. They survived. And so you can see right here, some of them have flowers. And then now this half, some of them are transplanted from last year, like these big ones, but I transplanted some of the new strawberries and they're starting to come up. So this bed will be filled up this year. And I planted some more, half of this row right here, which gets a lot of shade, so I'm not really thinking it'll do anything this year because strawberries really need full sun. So I'm just doing a little experiment again right there. And then I planted these last year, so these will give us berries this year. And then on this side, so I took out half of this row, planted new strawberries, and then the other half is basically what we've had in here for 4 years. So I'm not expecting too much out of these, but my husband insists us to keep half of the bed just in case, you know, we didn't get very many strawberries this year, and just see if we can get more strawberries out of them. Planted some new ones in this little half circle. So I got all of that planted, ready for spring to start. So basically this berry patch is basically done. All I have left to do is I ordered a load of mulch to fill in this walkway where I took out an old strawberry bed. So I need to cover that in mulch before the grass takes over. But after that is completely done, this whole berry patch has been worked over this spring, and I've cleaned it up so well that I'm hoping that this year will be amazing with this berry patch because I pruned everything, weeded everything, fertilized everything, and just kind of cleaned up some junk and replanted, you know, these strawberry beds. So I'm hoping it's going to be a really great berry season. Okay, walking into the main garden where we left off the last video. I mentioned that we were going to get out all of the black plastic and started sorting through it to see what row needs to be covered. I did not label any of these rows on my plastic, so it was kind of like a nightmare trying to sort out everything, trying to figure out where all this black plastic went. So we spent a couple hours trying to figure out you know, where all of our plastic, what row goes to what. So we extended the watermelon and pumpkin patch this year, and probably another, I don't know, maybe 10 feet on the very end down there. So it's completely finished now. But we had to patch up right here on some of our black plastic, which is totally fine, but it's gonna be a pain because we're gonna have to rip all of this up again and amend the soil closer to our planting time in May. So that's gonna be really fun. But my husband wanted to go ahead and weed out this whole entire area, get rid of all the weeds because the grass was starting to come up. You know, it's early spring right now, so the grass was starting to take over a little bit, and he was wanting to get a jump start on cleaning all of that out, which I'm glad he did. And we helped clean up, and we threw all the grass, you know, over the fence so he can mow it all. We usually give it to the chickens, but we were in such a hurry trying to get all this project done yesterday. So we actually finished it. We covered it for now. So we're going to be ripping it all back up and putting our soil amendment down before we plant. But this plastic is actually helping heat up the soil and killing out more grass that will start sprouting up. Now we might see some of the grass, some of this has holes burnt in it already from last year. So we might start seeing some grass poking up through there, which we'll just go through and hand pick all of that out. And then I got most of these covered. My cover crop is still growing on some of these from last year. The peas came back, which is fine. But I just went ahead and covered them for now. I still got to do my soil amendment on these rows. But now that I just have everything kind of laid out with the plastic right now, I know where everything's going. And these are my cucumber rows, which they'll be covered in plastic, but I didn't go ahead and cover it just yet because I already weeded out all the weeds, and I'm just going to wait till closer to planting time to put the plastic down on that. But a lot of these back rows that I have back here don't use black plastic. So like my asparagus row doesn't use it because it's already mulched. My garlic is already mulched in leaves. And then my onions are mulched in leaves. So basically those don't need plastic. I just got to keep them covered with some type of mulch. So, and then my garden beds, I know you guys probably see this in every video. They're falling apart. We haven't got to fixing them yet, which it's really my fault because I really don't want to spend the money on fixing these again because it's going to be really expensive. So one day I'm just going to have to break down and just go ahead and order what I need and get them fixed because I do need to grow in these this year. So I think my plan is I'm just going to go online and order galvanized beds that will fit the space and just you know, assemble them, put them together, and then we'll just have to place them, remove all the wood and place them down. So that's another project for another time in the next couple weeks. So this is my spring rows right here, these three right here, they're ready to go. So I will be moving over my brassicas and I'm going to be planting them today. And then this row right here is going to be my lettuce row, so I'm going to get my lettuce in the ground today as well. So I hope I can get this all done before the kids get home from the school bus today. So I will start this project, start moving over all of my stuff and planting, trying to get that done Just one thing off my list. So the first row that I was working on is the cabbage row, and I'm trying to work as fast as possible with this cabbage row. I was trying to get these covers on as quick as possible, which these covers are kind of thin. Some of them are thicker than others, and I was hoping that these covers would help with transplant shock. I think there was a couple days that my plants looked like they were having a hard time adjusting to the sun, so I was trying as fast as possible to get these covers on to kind of help the sun not to be so intense on these plants as I planted them. So I worked on getting these covers on. It was a little windy. It's kind of hard to put covers on when it's just a little windy. And I'm really pleased with how these plants look. I'm so glad I got them in the ground this day because they were getting absolutely huge. The root system was a little hard to get into the holes when I was transplanting, but everything worked out just fine. And I don't think I showed it here, but I ended up fertilizing with organic fertilizer as I got done planting each row so they can get some nutrients as soon as I planted them in the ground, and watered. It's very important to water. This is what it looks like. All three of those brassicas are done, and then I moved on into planting my lettuce. It was really hot. The lettuce does not like to be hot as well, so I was trying so hard to get the cover on as fast as possible. I got quite a bit of lettuce growing here, which I'm excited about. Last season we stayed in growing lettuce all season, and we barely had to buy any at the grocery store. So this year I'm hoping that I continue doing that because it was so nice not having to rely on the grocery store, and I just made sure I was sowing my seed every couple weeks to keep my supply going. So this was a couple days later. It dropped down into the 30s for a couple days, and it was so cold. I had to make sure everything was good and covered up. Of course it was windy because it's spring. So taking a look here at the cabbage, everything's perking up, looking great. The cauliflower was the worst out of all of them. They look amazing. And then the broccoli up front. In the very back there is some Brussels sprouts. And then the lettuce. The lettuce is looking amazing, getting bigger by the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my spring planting. Don't forget to like my videos. Liking the videos helps others see my videos. I'm trying to grow my channel. And if you want to subscribe, that would be great. This is the busiest time of year, so I'm going to be filming a lot more this year. There's plenty to do around this little farm, and the growing season's just now starting, so I have so much more to film later on. So I hope you guys come back and watch some more videos, but we will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.